This demo shows how to use Make for automating cover letter writing using Claude, Google Sheets, and Google Docs. The first part of our flow is setting a trigger event. So that's what I've done here. And you can see that I have set this trigger event to watch for new rows. What does that look like? Well, here's my Google Drive path, workflow automations, write cover letters for job applications. Here's a public demo. And finally, I am pulling information from a Google Sheet where it sees a new row and it captures the information within the parameters I've set. So sheet number 1, headers, yes. Company, we have a job title, we have a link to the job description, and then finally in the last column we have our description of the actual job itself. So anytime we add a new row here, it's going to trigger this flow. So then what does it do? Well, it captures that information, and then I take it to the next piece of the flow, which is a Google Doc, and it says get content of a doc. So this is in that same folder, and I have created a personal bio template for the purpose of this demonstration. You would just add your own bio doc here. Okay, here is the bio for an Elizabeth Wallace. She's made up, so there is no Elizabeth Wallace that I've scraped this bio from. This is brought to you thanks to ChatGPT. So we go back to our public demo here, and now we've grabbed the content in that Google Doc. So we now have the job description and we have our bio. So moving forward, now we're going to get the content of our next doc. And here we want to pull from our resume. So you would just insert your resume doc into this flow as opposed to this template. Here is our fake Elizabeth Wallace again, and she's a CMO, been director of marketing, been a manager of marketing, and she has her MBA. She's got a lot of great marketing skills here and a few certifications. We have gotten the job description, we've gotten our bio, and now we've pulled our resume. So the next thing we want to do is create a new document from a template. And our template is going to be a cover letter prompt. So we can't go straight to creating our cover letter because we haven't prompted any LLM to write the cover letter yet. So we've got to do that. And so what you'll see is we are going to use this template to create a prompt. And so what you can see is we have pulled, or actually let's go ahead and look at the template. So this is our cover letter prompt. You're an expert resume writer, read the job description, review my personal bio and resume, and then develop the body of a cover letter tailored to the job description using my experience. Do not include a form address or salutation or greeting. I have tried to work this in here, but it seems to ignore me every time. But you want to use your typical parameters to say, here is where you put the job description, here is where you put the bio, here's where you put the resume. And then I've prompted it on how to style, tone, and voice, how to use examples from my resume and bio, etc. So let's go back here to the public demo and you can see, all right, so job description was that first parameter. So this is where I'm pulling from the Google Sheet we originally saw. So then personal bio, this is the next parameter. I pulled that from that document. And then my resume, or the resume template rather, I pulled here. So the nice thing about this is it makes it really easy to see what information you're looking for. And so text content, even though you would think body, it's really text content that you're looking for when you're trying to pull content from a document. And down here, you can see the various variables that I have from my Google Sheet. And we are pulling the description. All right. So the new document that we want to create will be a new cover letter prompt for company A. So let's make sure we save it with the company's name you're applying for to make it easy to find. And then we're going to save it in public demo cover letter prompt Google Drive folder. Okay. Now we have done this. It has created a file on Google Drive that is the template itself. Why are we creating a new Google Doc? Because we need that original prompt to stay a template and not get populated every time we run this flow. So it's going to create a new document, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is cover letter demo prompt. Here's the job description. At Protect, we're reinventing refunds. Protect is looking for this VP of RevOps. Here's all the responsibilities and the requirements. Awesome. Now, here is Elizabeth Wallace's bio. We've asked the prompt to include. Finally, here is her fake resume. So now you can see that the new prompt includes all of the pieces we need for creating a cover letter. So let's see what that looks like. Next. So now we have said, get the content of a document. And we have mapped this to document 5 ID. And why is that? It's because we have created a new document here that doesn't exist yet as far as this flow is concerned when we're going through it. You know, that is the new output. And so we get this document ID here and pull this in, which tells us that there has been a new document created. So finally, this feeds all of this into Claude. And what's the prompt? Well, the prompt is text content. You're an expert resume writer, so just as we thought. I've gone ahead and added the max tokens. 100,000 is the max, so might as well go ahead and put that in there. We are going to create a new document from a template. All right, so here is just a cover letter template. It's real basic. Go ahead and put in your own letterhead here. So we are going to name it. Actually, we've created a value. You can see that we had this, company hiring manager. So I have a company parameter and a body parameter. So what do we want it to do? Well, we want it to name that salutation, the company hiring manager, and then we want to take the completion from Claude, its output, and put that into the body of the cover letter. We'll rename it with that company name. You can insert your name here, and then it is going to save this to a new folder. Finally, and we should see it save to this folder right here once we add a new row. So let's add a new row. And I'm just going to add the previous one for the purposes of this demonstration. All right, so let's run. All right, it's getting its document content. Now it's creating the prompt right here. Now it's pulling the prompt and throwing it into Anthropic Claude. And this piece takes a little while because it's doing some computing. The reason for choosing Claude here is Claude's API is immediately accessible for anyone using Claude. It is free and you don't have to wait for API access. ChatGPT doesn't give you instant access, and so for people who need to be able to build this and not wait 4 weeks or so for access, this is a much better option. All right, so it created a document from our template, so let's go look in our public cover letter demos. Just gonna do this. Protect, okay, here it is. All right, yes, see, I told you I can't really get rid of this, but that's okay. We'll just delete it. So dear Protect hiring manager, I'm excited to see Protect's opening for a VP of RevOps and go-to-market enablement. And here are all the reasons why I am right for this role, or our friend Elizabeth is right for this role. I like that it has brought a few stats in here, but I would like to see more stats. That's something that I think that often we forget to include in cover letters. So I might go actually change the prompt here. Please use examples from my resume that include stats, quantifiable impact, notable projects, etc. Okay. I'm kind of curious to see if that does anything else. So let's just create another version. I'm going to try 6 cents. We'll just pop that down here. All right, let's run it again. Let's go look and see if we have a new prompt. Oh, we do have a new prompt. 10:04, 6 cents, here it is. Bam, look at that, 40% increase in online sales, drive new revenue. Yes, okay, awesome. Now, would I ever use this kind of language? These achievements directly correlate to the outcomes you're looking to drive at 6 cents. No, that is why you've got to edit these things, okay? But you just saw that from click of running this right here, running this once all the way to here, that took maybe 30 seconds. Pretty impressive, huh? If you're interested in learning how to build these workflows yourself, let me know. I am going to host a workshop shortly to invite people to learn how to do these simple things.